Hi, I'm Tag with Dirty Water Coffee Company, and the machine I'm going to tell you about today is the Franke FlAIR. It's a super automatic espresso machine, meaning that all the functions of the coffee machine are done internally. There's no separate grinder. The actual bean hoppers are going to sit on top, grind your beans, tamp your coffee, brew it, and also infuse the milk. Basic startup on this machine, very simple. There's no installation requirements. All you need is a basic kitchen outlet, which is going to be a 110 volt. So we'll go ahead and plug in the machine, and then we're also going to plug in the small refrigerator that sits next to it. To go ahead and get our machine up and running, we're going to open the internal face here, turn on the power button, and from there our digital screen is going to prompt us to what we need to do next. And while we're waiting for the machine to heat up, I'll go ahead and tell you about some of the basic functions. On your right hand side here, you have a manual steam wand used for either hot chocolates or any drinks that you don't have programmed on this unit. Okay, now that our machine is heated up, which usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes from a cold start, so really quick heat up time, the installation of your milk is going to go in your small refrigerator off to the side. Now you can get it with this refrigerator or without. Strongly recommended to have it with. Not only can you brew a faster latte than you can off of the steam wand, it also does a very good job of adding your different foam varieties, such as a cappuccino or just a small amount that's going to go on the latte. So again, strongly recommended on the refrigerator that sits on the side. Now that we have our milk loaded, we can go ahead and come back over to our unit. It's asking us to select a product, which basically means that it's ready to perform whatever action we tell it to. First one that we'll go ahead and test out is just a double shot of espresso. Now each one of these different selections can be switched out to customize for your coffee shop or small business. So what we have pre-selected is our double shot of espresso. Have a couple shot glasses on hand. I set our machines to 1 1/4 ounce, which would be more, I guess, more similar to an Italian style espresso. You have an adjustable brew head that sits on here, so I'm just going to lower it to where it sits right on top of the shot glasses, and from there we're going to hit our double shot espresso. So what our machine is doing right now is it's grinding the beans. It's into the brew chamber where it's actually going to compact the coffee. Now it's going to do a pre-injection where it actually puts a small amount of water on the espresso and then continues the brew cycle. What you're looking at in the shot glasses, the caramely color, is actually called crema, and that's the freshness gauge on your beans. As you can see, you have a full shot glass full of crema. Now that we've brewed our first series of espresso shots, I'm going to set these off to the side just to demonstrate how long the crema will actually sit on top of the espresso shots. Again, that's going to be a great gauge of freshness. We can change the shot size, time, quality by the specific bean that the company chooses to use. So if you have a specific way that you'd like the espresso to be brewed or how long you'd like it brewed, all of that can be changed right here on the face, and it takes about 20 seconds to change a shot. Next drink that I'm going to demonstrate is a small cappuccino. Fits perfectly into an 8-ounce cup. That's how we have it set. Again, we can change that to do a smaller cappuccino or a larger cappuccino on just this button here. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the head one more time. And I'm going to push the small cappuccino. First thing that it's going to do is it's going to go ahead and grind the beans one more time. It's going to fill the coffee chamber, and then it's going to tamp it. Next thing we're going to do is infuse the milk. The first series of milk that's going in is going to be more your latte style milk, so not quite as much foam. And then here in a second, it's going to go ahead and switch over to the cappuccino style, where it's a little bit heavier bubbles and a lot less milk. Soon after this finishes, you're going to see how the front 2 pegs, where those are actually your coffee distributors. Those are going to go ahead and brew your espresso into your cappuccino. And that's the process on the cappuccino. So you're going to see where you actually have the milk, then espresso, and then actual foam that sits on top. That is the perfect way to look at it, where you have 3 different levels of milk, coffee, and then your foam. So very well done cappuccino. Next drink that we'll try is going to go ahead and just do a small latte. So again, on the small latte, it's going to go through the same process as it did with the cappuccino. It's going to grind the beans, fill the brew chamber, tamp it, and then start infusing the milk. You're going to see more milk from this side come up a little bit higher, because a traditional latte is going to have actual more milk to drink and then less foam on top. So as you can see, a lot smaller amount of the foam that's going to go on top, and now we're going to start our brew process. And as you can see on this drink, much more milk down below, then your espresso, and then your small amount of foam on top. So that's going to be more your traditional latte. When we do our large cappuccino and large latte, we perform those into a 12-ounce cup, leaving just enough room to add a flavor of their choice if they prefer to do that. As you can see, these were the first shots that we brewed off the machine, and usually by now the crema has usually dissipated off the espresso, and we really don't even have a hole in this one. So again, the actual freshness stays a lot longer on this machine, and also the process. So some of the typical theories on the super automatics not being able to perform a correct espresso shot is demonstrated here to be wrong. And now we'll start the best part, in my opinion, the cleaning process. You actually do have a hot water tap on the front of the machine. So we'll go ahead and pour out our shots of espresso. To activate it, again, just push the button. And do be careful, this water is coming out at about 260 degrees. So again, just push to deactivate the actual hot water. When emptying your drain tray, very easy, slides right out. Okay, and then you can discard your water from there. Also, your espresso pod, all you have to do is go ahead and raise your brew unit all the way up to the top, open up the bottom panel, and this is where it actually keeps the espresso pucks or the used espresso from making the drinks. Every now and again when it does get too full, your screen will prompt you to go ahead and empty out your puck bucket and also your drain tray. So again, nothing's going to spill over, you're not going to form a mess on the counter. Everything is automated, and will tell you when the function needs to be performed. Another great feature about this machine, the water is held on a reservoir on the side, and it detaches. So when you do need to fill it, it'll let you know. You can take it back to where you have your water softening and filter. And again, that will prompt you when the actual tank is low and let you know when to fill it back up. Also, your bean hoppers have sensors included inside of them as well. So when your beans get below a certain level, it will tell you to fill it back up, and it will discontinue the brewing process.